Hi and welcome to Business as Usual. I'm Daneen O'Donnell and I'm at Sprankle's Neighborhood Market in Saxonburg with Doug Sprankle. How are you today?
Good, thanks for having us. Really appreciate inviting us on the show and super excited to show you the store and talk about all the great things that are happening.
I am so excited to be here and it's amazing what's going on here. So first, give us a little bit of background about Sprankle's, where it originated and
Sure.
if it's family owned and tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, I'm actually a second generation, not only butcher, I'm a fourth generation butcher, second generation grocery store owner. My dad and my mother started it back in 1998 in Leechburg. That was the first store, and since then they've added and subtracted some stores. I moved away for a while. I was actually a boot salesman. I worked at Lowe's and did that in Virginia for a while and came back and joined the family business again, at which point took over the store, for my dad, the original store for my dad. And then this came available during COVID, and we bought the store and opened it up in 8 weeks.
And I have to say that it was actually what they call sort of a food desert. No grocery store in the area after Friedman's had been here at one time, I believe.
Correct.
So I'm sure it was a very welcome thing to have a store again here.
For sure. You know, the culture in Saxonburg and the surrounding area is wonderful. Obviously very supportive of local small businesses. Our main street's full. I mean, we're blessed that way. There's a lot of great events. The community really supports the ideas and all the new things, and we really try to bring that urban grocery store to the rural area of Saxonburg. And as a food desert, but what people don't realize is that when you're short on a food desert as far as access to groceries, it affects the people who don't have cars the most.
Yes, it does.
Right, and so they can't walk to get food, so they're either doing very expensive home delivery or they're doing like a Dollar General or something else for all their needs, and it's something that a lot of people don't realize how important it is. It's a basic desire and need that we deliver here in the store. And then beyond that, we like to feed the community by culture as well. So we also host Oktoberfest and a bunch of other events that co-op with small businesses and nonprofits.
Yeah, well, I can't think of someone who's dug into the community more than Doug. But I just want to say, you do have a lot of events, but I want to talk first about the store itself, because I see all kinds of different little stations, even a gaming station now here in the store. So tell us about some of your unique areas here in the store.
Yeah, so when we first opened Saxonburg, our normal footprint as far as sales floor is no more than 14,000 square feet. So this store is 23,000 square feet, so there's a lot of extra space. And instead of competing with local business, we want to be, join them and have them be part of the team. So we're sitting in the brewery today. It's first in state history, Connie Creek, originally from the Connie-Quinnesset area. Him and his wife run this in their home location. So we have a brewery here. The sublease is this space. You talked about the gaming. I sit on the gaming chair for Pennsylvania as far as the Skill Games nonprofit organization that we're trying to do some things there. But basically, it's another area in the store. Our bakery is at Main Street Bakery. Megan, she runs that space. So she is another sublease that manages with her people that space as well. So she's a chance to benefit from that. Also, we're getting ready to add a coffee bar. Super excited about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, because that's such a popular thing. And I think I saw a burrito place out there somewhere too.
Yeah, so our first transition from a food truck to the store experience was Burritos by Brett. Brett himself and his family manage that space, and so we have hot lunch Monday through Friday, and then cold grab and go every day.
That is awesome. And I see your little steak vault here. Do people actually look there and pick out their own meat cuts, and how's that?
Yeah, so we do a whole slab dry aging. So you pick the whole slab that you want, we put it in the case, take it out 30 days, and then have it ready for the grill. So our case here is really cool. We call it the vault. It's the largest dry age public vault there is, pretty much outside of Vegas as far as displaying. So it's a really cool thing to see. The way that works is it's a perfect humidity, air control, and temperature, and that consistency allows it to age properly without obviously growing bacteria. The bacteria that does grow on it's good bacteria. They call it, obviously the white stuff you see, that tells you that's healthy bacteria, and so when that all comes off, it gives it that nutty kind of, they call it funk flavor the dry aged steaks have. It's a really beef forward flavor, very strong. It's almost like you don't need steak sauce. I mean, you don't if you do it right.
Yeah, because it's flavored right.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Now, your big thing I know that everyone always looks forward to is Oktoberfest, and I know it's a lot of work. So tell us how that has evolved and how it's going to be different.
So every year it gets bigger, right? So the firemen and the local community are really supportive of it, and it helps the firemen. They sell stuff all weekend. They're a big beer vendor for us. So as we add people and relationships that way, it's gotten bigger. This year, a big partner is Deal Automotive. They've came to the table with Volkswagen. So that's going to be a pretty exciting thing here coming up. And it's just, it's one of the things that we do because we love it, right? So Brittany Lammermont, who's our event coordinator for Oktoberfest and all our events, she has a passion for it. And you can see that in the way the event's executed, the way that everything happens, and the amount of people that support it. And last year, I think we raised over $100,000 for nonprofits.
Wow.
So a lot of the funding that happens with the event allows us not to charge those vendors that are nonprofit. So they get to raise money for their organization, which helps with projects in the community, right? So it's a very, very like circle of life kind of thing where they can take that money, reinvest in projects right away. So a couple last year where one of the churches replaced their stained glass window that was over 100 years old. They put a new pavilion at the library for kids to have outdoor learning. There's just a lot of great things that are happening through Oktoberfest as an event, but also through the the lasting effect it has in the community.
I think that this is such a unique store, the way it's laid out, the things you've done on social media. So tell us about the award that you recently won.
Yeah, so recently won the Progressive Grocer Top 25 Independents in the nation. So it's a national award that happens every year. They recognize independent grocers throughout the country that are doing something different, right? And so, we started out as hashtag Save On Meat. We're hashtag Save On Meat Nation on social media and Facebook. And that idea of we're a flag, we're a team, we're a brand. And really, it just goes down through all the branches. Our crew members are some of the best in the business. And what they do is they care, obviously, but they're just so community-oriented and such a community-focused group. They get behind the videos. Like, we have a banana costume. We have
awesome.
we probably have realistically 30 costumes in the closet to pull from for our social media platform, and we do giveaways.
Awesome.
I think they recognize the fact that we try to be more than just a grocery store. We try to be more for our crew. It's so important for our community, but we like to have fun, right? I think a week ago we were down in Las Vegas to get the award. And we stopped at the Golden Pawn Shop and bought a coin and gave it away on Facebook, so that our social media people can come with us on our trips and be a part of the team. And that's the inclusiveness of Sprankles. We want to make sure that everybody feels welcome. We want to make sure everybody understands that we're there for them and we have a service to do for the community. Most grocery store guys think, well, they just have to shop my store. No. The grocery store is a very big responsibility, and everybody in our stores takes that very seriously, because as a grocery store steward, you're responsible to feed the community, right?
That's right.
And so if you don't take that seriously as an honor, not just given to you, it's one of those things where it allows you to do a lot of cool things and impact the community in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, that's really well said. Now, where are your other store locations?
Yeah, so we have 3 locations. It's a family business. So my brother owns the Katanning one, downtown Katanning. My father owns the original one in Leechburg, Pennsylvania, and then we have the newest one here in Saxonburg and Butler County.
Now, tell us how people can find out more about the store, the hours, and some of the events that you have.
Sure. Social media, best way is at Sprankle's Markets. Is the best way to get us on that, and that's where we do a lot of our updates, events, and that thing. Spranklesmarkets.com is where our website is, and then SpranklesOktoberfest.com is where Oktoberfest is at, and that's a separate website just because there's so much there that we have to get out there and explain to people and just list everything. I mean, it takes up 2 pages in the Butler Eagle as far as our planning guide, because there's so many activities.
Very fun. Well, Doug, thank you so much for what you do for the neighborhood and for inviting us in to talk to you about your store. I plan to go do some shopping right now, and I look forward to seeing you at Oktoberfest.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
For Armstrong, this has been Daneen O'Donnell with Business as Usual. Thanks for watching this episode of Business as Usual. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all the shows from the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, you can click on the subscribe button down here. See you next time.